Why do we fight? Why do we always feel like we have to fight things? This was a thought I was thinking about the other day. I was feeling that I had to fight the resistance to myself. I actually wanted to meditate, and I felt the resistance to do so. I just didn't want to sit down for 20-30 minutes with my thoughts alone. And I fought myself to sit down. I pushed myself to do it, and this isn't the only time I do this. I often fight myself when I don't feel like writing. Or I fight myself when I feel uncomfortable in specific situations to feel confident and not uncomfortable. And oftentimes I even fight my inner thoughts, thinking that by fighting them, by pushing away the negative ones and fighting my self-criticism, which I talked about in another video, but fighting my own thoughts and fighting resistance in life is something I did quite regularly, quite often. And it exhausted me. And I hear a lot of other people fighting things. People are fighting cancer, they're fighting wars, they're fighting for human rights, they're fighting for equality. But why do we need to fight that? Isn't fighting what got us into this place at first? Isn't a war started because someone wanted to fight the other? And now we're trying to fight to end the war? And isn't the fight for human rights the thing that started it in the first place? Isn't the fight of white people, isn't the fight of white people what got them feeling like they were better than colored people? And now we're trying to fight that to make it equal again? I feel like fighting isn't the solution to any of our problems. It's only making a quick fix and a solution for now. And the most easy and most recognized example of that is fighting our own thoughts. We all have negative thoughts. Things like I'm not enough, or I don't feel confident. And instead of embracing that, we fight them. We push them away. We say to ourselves, I'm beautiful, I'm beautiful, I'm happy, I'm confident, and we keep on reciting this, trying to fight the negative thought. But that might only make the problem worse, because it pushes away the negative thought to feel good right now. But someday that negative thoughts that have been pushed away and pushed away and pushed away, piled up on each other, will come back out and be overwhelming. And what I actually learned is that this is where depression often starts. Feeling depressed, the word says enough. Depressed, it's pushed away. It's feeling numb, and that feeling numb is purely because we push away part of ourselves, which is the negative part, the negative thoughts, the thoughts of self-doubt and negativity. We don't want to have those because we believe that life should be lived just happily, and thus we fight them away. But isn't that in the end only making it worse? Knowing that if you push away, if you fight these thoughts, that they will in the end come back at you in 10 times their strength. So what should we do then? If it isn't fighting that's gonna help us in this situation. And that's actually what I thought about. What should we do? We shouldn't fight anything. We can't just do nothing, right? If there's a war, we shouldn't do nothing. We should act and try to change it. And if there's inequality, we shouldn't do nothing and not act. We should act. We should do something. But I don't think it's fighting. Fighting is not the right word. Fighting is not what we're doing. It's working together that we need. It's harmony that we need. Not fighting. We do not want to fight our thoughts, our negative thoughts. We want to work together with them, in harmony, as one. We want to embrace our negative thoughts, not fight them. See it like a kid. A young kid. If that kid needs attention, if it feels hurt, it will cry, it will kick, and it will try to get your attention as an adult. Because it needs love. We don't push away that kid, right? Although it's annoying or disruptive, although it might not be what we want to deal with, we don't push it away. We don't fight the kid to be silent. Instead, as adults and as parents, we go up to our kid and actually give them a hand and help them, love them, be there for them, give them a hug. They are hurt, they need something from us. They don't just start crying out of nowhere, they need some sort of love, whether that be a hug, whether that be being listened to, whether that be food or ice cream. If a kid yearns, if a kid cries, it needs something. And the same goes for all negative things, or the things we judge to be negative things, for our thoughts in our head, but also for the inequality in the world. Our thoughts are in fact, our negative thoughts are in fact the yearning, screaming, crying kids that we were in our youth. But how are we dealing with these kids? If our thoughts, if our negative thoughts are like kids, are we dealing with them in the way a loving parent would? Are we sitting down with them, giving them a hug, listening to them, loving them, because we know that they need something of love? A thought that tells you you are not enough is a cry to be heard, a cry to be seen as enough. So why are you pushing it away? Why are you unwilling to listen to this thought? When all it wants is a little bit of love, is a little bit of recognition and appreciation for what it is. And that actually ceased the fight for me. I no longer feel the need to fight my negative thoughts. I no longer feel the need to fight my self-doubt. Instead, I treated them as if they were little kids crying. I went up to them, sat with them, listened to them, gave them love and gave them what they needed. My thought of "you are not enough" is a cry to be seen as valuable. And so I gave it that. I sat with it, I listened to it, I felt that I wasn't enough, but instead of pushing it away, I told it, "You are enough. You don't need to do anything to be enough. You are enough as you are." And thus I treated it just like I would with a crying kid. With love, with recognition, with attention. And it's the only way forward. Not fighting, but embracing it, working together with it, trying to find a solution, but not to fight one another. And this is just the example of fighting our inner thoughts. But this, of course, is depicted in the world right now. If we keep fighting ourselves, how will we ever stop fighting in the outer world? The fight for inequality only exists because we don't feel enough as we are. That doesn't mean to say that we shouldn't be equal. We should. But there's no need to fight. There's no need to fight one another. There's no need to fight for your equality. You are equal to one another. The only thing that's in your way is actually thinking that you are not enough. It's thinking that someone of color is not enough, is not the same as someone white of skin color. They are equal, and we should both recognize this. Not to see the other as equal, but to see ourselves as equal. That's where we start. To see ourselves as equal, no matter if the outside world has already recognized this. It starts within you, within yourself, not somewhere out there. You don't need recognition from someone to tell you that you are enough as you are. You need recognition by yourself, from the parent within, not from someone out there. So start there. Start with recognizing, giving yourself attention and love. So what should you take away from this? That we don't need to fight. That we should embrace and invite in our innermost, deepest and scariest thoughts. Our thoughts of negative doubt and negativity. That we should invite them in and treat everyone and our own thoughts as little kids who are just trying to get your attention. The ones who scream the loudest on social media or on the TV are the ones who want the most recognition, the most attention. It won't help by not giving it to them. So before you click off from this video and go on with your day, close your eyes. Take a deep breath and take a thought in mind that's closely related to negativity, self-doubt, or anything else. Take a thought like, I'm not enough, I'm not worthy, I don't like my body, I don't do enough, I don't work hard enough. Take this thought that's bothering you in the last week or day or months, and see that thought as the kid I described in this video. Hold that image of the kid in your mind who's crying and kicking, trying to get your attention. Listen to it. Treat it like you would with your own child. Listen to it. Be with it. Give it a hug. Do all of this in your imagination. Hear what it needs. Listen to it. Listen to its needs. Could be that it wants recognition for the work it did. If it doesn't feel like it's doing enough, if it feels like it hasn't accomplished anything, it might just need your recognition that it's doing enough. And if that is the case, give it the love it needs. Tell it that it's doing enough, that it's worked hard enough, that its work is beautiful. Tell the kid that's yearning and crying for your attention what it needs. Give it the love that it needs, the recognition and the attention that it needs. And do this as long as you feel that it's necessary. Do this as long as the kid remains uneasy, kicking, screaming, crying. Keep giving it love and attention and recognition, and work together with it. Embrace it until you find yourself in a place where the inner kid is quiet again and has slowed down. Then you can open your eyes again. Take one final deep breath and see that you are enough, that you don't need to fight anymore, that you don't need to fight the outer world or your inner world, that you can work together as one, as unity, as equals. Embrace that. For today you lived. Make the most of it, even by working together with your negative and innermost scary thoughts. Make the most of those too. For today I lived.